Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana is still probably in this wave 4. I mean, there's nothing that would in any way invalidate or change my assumption about this chart. It's been very consistent over recent months. The idea that we are in a wave 4 correction, that we are in a sideways range, that we have to expect more sideways movement, that we were watching for a low here to be formed in this region before breaking below 119. All of this is what sort of created this structure here, and we are still moving in this sideways range, and the overall range boundaries are between 119 and $190, so 119 and 190, and until we break out to the upside above 190 or below 119, there isn't really anything that is groundbreakingly new on this chart. We're just, this chart could technically just extend the sideways range for a long time. It's not what I'm expecting. At the same time, until we get a breakout above or below one of these levels, there's no confirmation that, for example, the fifth wave to the upside has started, or the larger wave 4 to the downside has started, which is not what's expected at the moment. So my interpretation is that this here is a triangle pattern, especially current movements confirm that further. And all we need is another higher low in wave E. So the idea is A wave down, B wave up, C wave down, D wave up, and it even reached the target zone between $161 and $174, and then another higher low in wave E. Important to maintain here, when we look at the bigger picture, the idea of a triangle now is that, first of all, we need to hold above the $119 level, but actually, if we look at this triangle as an ABCDE structure, which would then be expected to break out to the opposite side of the E wave, so to the upside, right? We want to see the price hold above the C wave low, and that's at $121.55. So only a break below that level will invalidate the microstructure as such of a triangle. Now that is where we can actually zoom into really the micro patterns, and where we can take a look at the D wave of the triangle in more detail to get a better understanding of where we actually are. So if we then zoom in a little bit, we can get a better understanding of this D wave. Should the D wave extend a little higher? Is it already close to completion? I'm warming up more and more to the idea that we're close to a top in this D wave. But again, it's not confirmed at this stage. At the moment, there still seems to be some upside pressure, and we might see another extension higher here. While the trend line broke, we only saw 3 waves down. I mentioned in yesterday's update that technically keeps the door open for higher. We always need a 5-wave move down to clearly say we've likely topped. A break of the trend line could be an early indication, but if the move down is only in 3 waves, then it opens the door for another upside extension, which we've seen, but it could just be a high B wave. So it's very messy now up here. Okay, so the main element of the trend is likely done, in my opinion. It can still get a few more upside squiggles, possibly to that extended target at 174. But the higher we go, the more and more probable it gets that the entire D wave gets completed. So what we'll do, we'll just move up the support zone. At the moment, I would leave it unchanged because we've literally just seen another wick to the upside. It is still possible that this yellow B wave is unfolding. So in the yellow wave count, we're dealing with a WXY structure, and the Y wave is an ABC. But the A wave is already quite extended. So its reluctance to pull back in wave B indicates that maybe this is all of it. Maybe this is all of wave D, and we just need a few more upside squiggles to complete it, because if it just keeps going, it will get too long for a D wave. So if this really is a D wave, I'm starting to think the white count is a bit more likely, but I want to see how today's day progresses to see where we go. I mean, the next upside target is clear, it's $174. Support should be clear as well, it's between 140 and 151. As long as we're holding that, overall focus could be on higher, but I'm just not entirely sure if this B wave has actually started. And we want to see how today develops. At the moment, it seems like we might go for another upside extension, due to its reluctance to come down. But that doesn't make it a great long trade setup, okay? I mean, the long trade setup was down here. We had some support zones down here. Now we're sort of in the late stages of a local uptrend, in my view. Also looking, for example, at for our chart, we see some bearish divergences on the chart as well develop that could indicate that we're getting a little bit exhausted, but we haven't seen yet clearly a confirmation that this local uptrend is over. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching.